In our previous class, we were discussing about the part 1 of the sound of music, that is about a blind gleaning. So today we shall see part 2 of the sound of music, that is Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. So children, Bismillah Khan is a legend in the Indian history, and now we are going to study about him. So children, first we shall see the introductions to the lessons, that is the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. The lesson is about Ustad Bismillah Khan. So children, you might have heard of his name, and this is very famous name. He was a renowned Shehnai player in India. He is a legend because he did something which has historical significance. He played the Shehnai on the day of India got independence, that is 15th August 1947, at the Red Fort, before the Prime Minister of India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, gave a speech. Before that, Bismillah Khan played the Shehnai in order to signify something auspicious. Something auspicious for the whole country was about to happen. India was about to get freedom. And so on that occasion, Bismillah Khan played the Shehnai, and so he is a legend. So children, right now we'll see, we shall enter into the text. So children, let's enter into the text. What is written about Bismillah Khan and who was the ruler at the time, which dynasty was ruling India, we'll see it here. Okay? Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pangi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill unpleasant sound. Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pangi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill unpleasant sound. So children, B-A-N-N-E-D, banned means prohibited. B-A-N-N-E-D. See here. B-A-N-N-E-D, banned means prohibited. P-R-O-H-I, prohibited. B-I-T-T-E-D, prohibited. Prohibited. And see, prohibited. P-R-O B-H-I-T-D, double T won't be there here, children. E-D, okay? Prohibited. And you see, shrill, S-S-R-I-L-L, shrill, shrill means very sharp. S-H-R-I-L-L, shrill means very sharp, very sharp, S-H-A-R-P, very sharp. So see here children, and you see unpleasant, unpleasant, something that you dislike. Unpleasant, P-L-E-A-S-A-N-T, unpleasant, something that you dislike, something, okay, that you dislike, that you dislike, unpleasant, something that you dislike. Okay, so Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pangi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. So children, pangi was a musical instrument. Pangi was a musical instrument, and that is what the predecessors of Shehnai. Shehnai के पहले जो म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट यानी शहनाई का कैटेगरी का जो म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट था और शहनाई का पहले वो था, that is what the pangi. So pangi was a musical instrument, the predecessors of the Shehnai. When the Mughals ruled India, before the Britishers came, there was a very famous Mughal ruler named Aurangzeb. So children, this is what before the arrival of Britishers to India, Mughal dynasty were ruling over India, and at the time Aurangzeb was ruling over India. Remember this of Mughal dynasty, and during the time a musical instrument was there in India, that is what pangi. But the sound that was produced by pangi, Aurangzeb did not like at all, because there was very unpleasant sound, a shrill unpleasant sound of pangi, and that is not liked by Aurangzeb, and he banned it there in the country. So pangi was a musical instrument, the predecessor of the Shehnai. So when Mughal rulers ruled India, before the Britishers came, there was a very famous ruler whose name was Aurangzeb. He did not allow the pangi be played in his royal residence because he felt that he had a shrill, unpleasant sound. So children, here Aurangzeb banned to be played the musical instrument pangi because the sound that was being produced by it was a very sharp, unpleasant sound, and it is because of that only Aurangzeb banned that musical instrument to be played there in his royal residence, because he felt that it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. Next, let's pangi became the generic name for reeded noisemaker. Pangi became the generic name for reeded noisemaker. So generic name, what is the generic name? Generic name, see, generic name, G-E-N-E-R-I-C, generic name. Generic name means children, this is what the scientific name. A name given to a class or group. A name given to a class. A name given to a class or group. G-R-O-U-P, group. A name given to a class or group as a whole. Okay. So generic name means a name given to a class or group as a whole. Or generic name means the scientific name or broad classification of something. Generic name means generic name means there is what the scientific name or a broad classification of something. Generic name means a scientific, S-C-I-E-N-T-I-F-I-C, scientific name or a broad classification or a broad classification of something. So children, generic name means the scientific name or broad classifications of something. Okay children, see here. Next, so any musical instrument which is made with the reeds, like we have flutes, reed like we have flutes, and that is what? Clarinets, and they all are classified as pongi. They all are classified as pongi. Okay, children, we'll see another one word. That is what? Reeded. R-double-E-D-E-D. R-double-E-D-E-D. Reeded. Reeded means wind instrument which have reeds like the flute. Wind instruments. ये होता है wind instrument. Wind instrument. Instrument. Wind instrument. So children, reeded means which wind instrument which have reeds like the flute. Which have reeds like which have reed like the flutes. F-L-U-I-T-S. Flute. Okay. So see children, so any musical instrument which is made with reeds like, we have flutes, and that is what? Clarinets. All these are what? The flutes like musical instrument. They all are classified as pongi. That means what? All this music, flutes, clarinet, pongi, shehnai, this is what? They come under the same category. That is what? The pongi category. Okay. So pongi is a broad term for any type of the instrument which uses wind to produce sound. So children, this is what pongi, shehnai, clarinet, understood? This is what? The pongi category. Okay. So pongi is a broad term for any type of instrument which uses wind to produce sounds. Now children will see, few had thought that it would one day be revived. Few had thought that it would one day be revived. So children, revive, brought back to life. Revive. R-E-V-I-V-E-D. Revive. Brought back. B-R-O-U-G-S-T. Brought back to life. Brought back to life. This is what? The revive. उद्दीपना पुनर्जीवित जिसको कहा जाता है, उद्दीपना. Understood? So revived, brought back to life. Brought back to life. Okay, brought back to life. So see. So few had thought that it would one day be revived. So as Aurangzeb has banned all these reeded noisemakers, he had banned pongi in his royal residence. No one thought that one day such noisemakers, such instruments which made unpleasant sounds would be played and their sound would be liked by the audience. Understood? So very few people. That means there is what? Very few people. That means no hope was there of the people that such type of musical instrument will be there in the society one day and that would be liked by the audience of the people. So as Aurangzeb has already banned all reeded noisemakers, he had banned pongi in his royal residence. No one thought that one day such noisemakers, such instruments which made unpleasant sounds would be played and their sounds would be liked by the audience. Then what happens here? A barber of a family, a professional musician. A barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pongi. So children, tonal quality of the pongi, tonal quality means sound. Tonal quality Tonal quality, this is what? Sound, S-O-U-N-D, sound. So a barber was there, understood? So a barber of a family of professional musicians. A barber of a family of professional musicians. That means what? Their entire family members were musicians in profession. So a barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal parades decided to improve the tonal quality of the pongi. That means children, as the pongi had an unpleasant sound, there was a barber who belonged to a family of professional musicians and he wanted to play the pongi, but he knew that the sound produced by the pongi was unpleasant, and so he decided to improve the sound. So children, so here a barber understood, decided, that means something that came to his mind there, understood, to improve the quality of the sound of that pongi, and he decided to change that. And he played his mind there, trick there, understood, to do something and to bring charming sound that will be liked by other people. Okay, so as the pongi had an unpleasant sound, there was a barber who belonged to a family of a professional musicians and he wanted to play the pongi, but he knew that the sounds produced by the pongi was unpleasant, and so he decided to improve the sound. He decided over there to improve the sound. That means to have a pleasant sound. If the people will be listening there, will be wanting over there to listen it more and more, again and again. Okay, children. And you see, he chose a pipe. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem. Okay. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stems. There was longer and broader than the पंगी. और जो क्या था, पंगी से लंगर भी था और बॉर्डर भी था, यानी चौड़ा भी था. And made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. And you see, and what did he do? Yes, he made 7 holes on the pipe. Okay, so see, he chose a pipe with the natural hollow stems that was longer and broader than the pangi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. Then what happened? You see, children, this barber took a pipe. Okay, this barber took a pipe and a pipe which was a hollow stem. और जिस पाइप में क्या था, hollow stem था. Okay, and it was longer and broader than the pongi. और pongi से वो लंबा भी था और broader भी था, चौड़ा भी था. Okay, he made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. And what happened, you know, children? Yes. And if you have seen a fruit, children, okay, is something like this. Okay, it is a pipe which is hollow from inside. It is a pipe which is hollow from inside and has holes on it. And has holes on it. Okay, and you see, this barber decided to do something to bring charming sound of the pongi. So what did he do? You see here, he took a pipe, understood, which was a hollow stem, and it was longer and the broader than the pongi. He made 7 holes, understood, on the body. Okay, and then what happened? That you have seen the flute played by the people. You might have seen that, exact like that. Okay, then what happened? See, when he played on it, closing and opening. Closing and opening, closing and opening. When he played on it, closing and opening, okay, some of these holes, then what happened? You see here, soft and melodious sounds were produced. So children, so when he took a pipe, made 7 holes over there and started to play on it, understood, closing and opening some of the holes. And what happened, you know, children? Yes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. Then what happened, children? That means then he blew air into the pipe. When he took that pipe, he blew air into the pipe and closed and opened the different holes. And he found that soft and melodious sounds were produced when he did like this. Okay? Next, he played the instrument before royalty. and everyone was impressed. He played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. That means, children, when the barber played this instrument in the royal court, understood? So everyone, those who are present over there, like the sound produced by it is very much. Next, okay, the instrument so different from the pangi had to be given a new name. And you see, the instrument so different from the pangi. It was different from the pangi, had to be given a new name. And you see, pleasant sound was coming out of that. Understood? And it was quite different than the pangi. So they thought to give the name. Understood? So there, what happened is here, the instrument so different from the pangi had to be given a new name. That means they thought about that to give a new name there. The royal court thought that this instrument was different from the pangi, and so it should have a different name also, because different sound was coming out of that and looking also different. But there is the same category, remember this, and it is developed from the pangi only. Okay, but what the royal court thought about there and decided there to give a different name to that musical instrument. As the story goes, since it was first played in the Sahas chambers and was played by a Nai means children's barber, the instrument was named the Shehnai. So children, see here, the instrument that was played first at the Sahas chambers and that was played by a Nai, and it is because of that the instrument was named Shehnai. So children, now there is a story behind the name given to this instrument. What is the story? You listen carefully. This instrument was played for the first time in the royal residence of the Shah. Shah was the name given to king. Mughals called the kings as Shah. Remember this. Okay. As the Nai, there is the Indian term used for a barber. Played it for the first time, they call it Shehnai. Shehnai was played for the first time in the royal or in the kings, that means Shah's chambers, and that was played by a Nai, and it is because of that they combine these two words and give the instrument a new name. That is what the Shehnai. Shehnai. That means the Shehnai was first played in the Shah's chambers and that was played by a Nai, and it is because of that they join these two words and give one name. That is what the Shehnai. Okay. And you see here, so the first part is Se, which stands for Shah, and the second part Nai, that is a barber. So this instrument was named as Shehnai. Shehnai. Okay. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. तो बच्चों, अब इस Shehnai का साउंड को auspicious समझने लगे साहब. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious, shubh. Auspicious, that means promising to bring good fortune. Promising to bring good fortune, that is what auspicious. A-U-S-P-I-C-I-O-U-S. Auspicious. That means promising. P-R-O-M-I-S-I-N-G. Promising to bring. B-R-I-N-G, bring good fortune. Good fortune. F-O-R-T-U-N-E. Good fortune. So see children, that is what promising to bring good fortune, that is what the auspicious. So the sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Okay. Then what happened? See, this sound which was produced by Shehnai was considered to be the good omen, and so it was played on good occasion. So whatever occasion, good occasions were there, understood? Whatever occasions that occur in India, in all that good occasion, this musical instrument is played. Remember this, okay? And for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. Understood? So, and for this reason, it is still played in temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. That means, children, indispensable. Indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done. That means apariharya. Indispensable, apariharya, without which a piece of work cannot be done. Without which a piece of work cannot be done, something which is necessary. Okay, so you can hear Shehnai being played at many temples and at wedding also. So children, that is what Shehnai being played that we can hear today also. We can hear Shehnai being played at many temples and wedding also. Okay, so in the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat or traditional assemble of 9 instruments found at the royal courts. Assembles, pronouns, ensemble, ensemble. So children, E-N-S-E-M-B-L-E-S, this is what? Pronouns, ensemble, ensemble, ensemble. Okay. Ensemble things here, instruments. Ensemble means instruments understood, considered as a group. So children, this Shehnai was a part of the Naubat. Naubat is an Urdu word, remember this. Naubat is an Urdu word, understood. And it means traditional ensemble. That means a traditional group of 9 musical instruments. A traditional group of 9 musical instruments. That is what? The Naubat. Okay. These 9 musical instruments were played at the royal court, and Shehnai was also a part of Naubat. So that 9 musical instruments was there. Among the 9 musical instruments, that Shehnai is one. Remember this. Okay. Till recently, it was used only in temple and weddings. अभी भी wedding सारे में, मंदिर सारे में Shehnai को क्या किया जाता है? बजाया जाता है बच्चों. ये जो म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, इंडियन म्यूजिकल इंस्ट्रूमेंट, दिस इज प्लेड इन wedding and in the temples also. The credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. The credit for bringing this instrument, ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट को लाना, इसका पीछे अब बहादुरी किसको जाता है? बहादुरी जाता है, that is what? The Ustad Bismillah Khan. Okay? So children, you see the credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. The Shehnai was played at the King's Court. The Shehnai was played at the King's Court in temples and at the weddings. It was used on stage in performances, and the credit for that goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan, who was a legendary Shehnai player, and people wanted to hear him play the Shehnai. Next, children see, as a 5-year-old Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient states of Dumrao in Bihar. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient states of Dumrao, Bihar. When Bismillah Khan was 5 years old. When Bismillah Khan was 5 years old, okay, he was playing Gilli Danda near a pond, and that is where, that is Dumrao, that is what the state. Okay, so see here, Bismillah Khan was 5 years old, and he lived in a old state named Dumrao, understood, in present day that is called what, the Bihar state. Okay, and you see children, he used to play Gilli Danda and all sports quite similar to cricket. Then see, he would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple, okay, he would regularly go to the nearby Bihariji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighs 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. So children, he would regularly go. That means what children see? Laddu, or that is what spear-shaped sweets originated in the Indian subcontinent. Laddu means here the spear-shaped sweets that is originated in the Indian subcontinent. Also children, he would go to the nearby Bihariji temple. Although Bismillah Khan was a Muslim, he would go to the temple. See here, although he was a Muslim, but he would go to the temple and he would sing the song Chaita, understood, in Bhojpuri language. Bhojpuri language is spoken in an area of Bihar. Okay, and when he would finish reciting the song, okay, he would get a big laddu as reward, and you see, and the weight of that laddu was 1.25 kg. This was a prize given to Bismillah Khan by local Maharaja for singing the Chaita. Remember this. So he would go to the temple. Being a Muslim, he would go to the temple and he was singing Chaita, and instead of that, understood, as a reward, he was getting what? A laddu of weight that is 1.25 kg as a reward from a local Maharaja. Remember this, okay? For singing Chaita. This happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has traveled far to earn the highest civilian awards in India, the Bharat Ratna. So children, this happened 80 years ago, and the little boy has traveled far to India, far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. So children, the writer says that this incident occurred when Bismillah Khan was 5 years old, that he would get his laddu as a reward, and after 8 years, Bismillah Khan earned the highest civilian awards in India, and that is what? The Bharat Ratna award, the jewel of India. So this is the distance that he has traveled in his life. At 5 years ago, he would get a 1.25 kg laddu as a reward, and at 80 years, understood, at 80, he achieved the highest civilian awards in India, that is the Bharat Ratna award, the jewel of India. And children, Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March 1916, and he belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. Okay, his grandfather Rasul Bakhsh Khan was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpur King's court. His father Pegambar Bakhsh and other paternal ancestors were also great Shehnai players. Paternal ancestors, children's ancestors of the father. Remember this, okay? So you see here, Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March in the year 1916, and he belongs to a well-known family. Okay? He belongs to a well-known family. That means what? Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March 1916 in a family of musician in Bihar. That means his entire family members were musicians. Okay? And you see, his grandfather Rasul Bakhsh Khan, that means the lineage on his father's side was full of great Shehnai players. All were Shehnai players. Understood? And we can say that Bismillah Khan ji acquired the skills of the playing the Shehnai from his ancestors. Ancestor, that is what? The ancestor of the father, remember this, okay? And see, his grandfather was a great Shehnai player also. And he played the Shehnai in the court of the Bhojpur king. His father and all parental ancestors were also great Shehnai players. And you see, children, the young boy took to music early in life. The young boy took to music early in life. This means Bismillah Khanji also started learning music at an early age. He also started music at an early age. And children, at the age of 3, when his mother took him to his maternal uncle's house in Banaras, now Banarasi, Bismillah was fascinated watching his uncles practice the Shehnai. So what happened, you see, children? At the age of 3 years, okay, when his mother, so when Bismillah Khanji was just 3 years of old, his mother took him her parents' house, that means to his maternal uncles. And you see, maternal uncles means here the lineage of the ones, the mother sides, okay? And they live in Banaras. Now Banaras is today what called, that is Varanasi. And when Bismillah Khan saw his maternal uncles play the Shehnai, okay, he was attracted towards it, and he also wanted to learn playing it. He also wanted to learn playing it. Remember this, children. So while he was just 3 years of old, okay, he was attracted completely towards the musical instrument that was playing by this maternal uncle. Remember this, okay? And soon Bismillah started accompanying his uncles Ali Bakhsh and to the Vishnu temple of Banaras, where Bakhsh was employed to play the Shehnai. That means, you see, children, Bismillah Khan started going with his uncle. Then what happened is here, Ali Bakhsh to Vishnu, Ali Bakhsh to the Vishnu temple. Okay, Ali Bakhsh, yes, to the Vishnu temple in Banaras. Ali Bakhsh was on a duty to play the Shehnai at the Vishnu temple of Banaras. Okay, then what happened? Ali Bakhsh would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for hours on end. Ali Bakhsh would play the Shehnai and Bismillah would sit captivated for the hours on end. Captivated, attracted. Captivated, C-A-P-T-I, captivated. Captivated means, this is what? Attracted. A-T-T-R-A-C-T-E-D, attracted. Okay, and see, children, so on end means what? For a very long time without stopping, that means continuously. On end, when on END, on end, that means continuously. O-U-S-L-Y, ठीक है, continuously. On and continuously. So see, so when Bismillah Khan saw his uncle Ali Bakhsh play the Shehnai, he would get attracted towards it, that he would sit there for hours listening to him play the Shehnai. Okay, so children, आज के लिए हम इतना ही, नेक्स्ट क्लास में इसको हम कंप्लीट करेंगे. ओके, थैंक यू सो मच. गॉड ब्लेस यू चिल्ड्रन, स्टडी वेल.